That's like my first million.
I am officially in my round and find out era.
A tiny fraction of the size, nowhere as regular.
Everyone's going to have a personal agent.
I feel like that's where we're going.
Ever feel like the best ideas in tech start the same way, with people just messing around and seeing what happens?
In today's episode, we're diving into the weird edge of the internet, from board games and side projects to AI agents that are starting to run businesses on their own.
Whether AI is about to replace the way agencies work, and why this might actually be the best time ever to experiment and build. I'm Sean Sun, founder of Miscreants.
And I'm Andrew Askins, founder of MetaMonster.
It's so cool. I want to quit everything and just do this stuff and around.
Building a business so rarely feels like stacking small efforts. It feels like stacking big efforts.
I don't think you can comprehend this idea.
Most of those agents kind of because they don't have any of your context.
I think every single day we go closer and closer to Mega Man.
The stuff you think you know about yourself might be wrong.
Every small move is how we get.
Dude, your notifications are non-fucking stop.
Yeah, they are. I know. It's terrible.
Before you muted it, it was just like, what's your Slack noise is like a click clack. It's like a
the knock, the Slack knock.
Okay. I don't ever have noises turned on for anything. It drives me crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You get used to it, I guess. What are you gonna do?
Sicko.
Yeah. You know what notification does drive me crazy? Messages like iMessage or Facebook Messenger or no, sorry.
iMessage.
Yeah. iMessage noises drive me insane. It's
kind of like a little like bubble burst, right? It's like a little bubbly sounding thing.
Oh, mine is a ding.
Maybe the bubble is something else. I don't know.
The bubble is like somebody when you send a message.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Dude, did you get any sleep last night? We were chatting at like 1:30 a.m.
I know we had a secret podcast.
Secret pod.
Yeah, this is just the afters. Yeah, I slept like 3 hours. So yeah, it's not that bad.
Man, that's so much sleep. What you must be wide awake, fucking alert.
I am. Well, I was gonna ask you if you got any sleep last night, but
I actually didn't fall asleep until like 4 a.m., something like that. I have a new favorite Dropout show. I can't. You know Dropout, right? We've talked about Dropout.tv.
Yeah.
Best streaming service on the internet. They have it's not a new show, but I was finally catching up. What is it called? The Parlor Room, where it's like comedians play board games and you watch. So it's like right up my fucking alley. Nice. I'm cursing a lot today. Sorry.
It's because you don't have any sleep. I get it. Unlike me, who slept a lot.
Have you ever heard of Blood on the Clock Tower?
No.
It's like a deception game, kind of like Mafia kind of vibes, but more complicated. And it looks really fun. The thing that makes it, I think, complicated is like the roles that players get can change every time. And there are multiple players who can have roles where they think they're one thing, but they're actually something else. They're getting false information. So you can be the marionette, which is like you're controlled by like the big bad. You can be a drunk. You can also like get poisoned or something. And then there's all this stuff where you're like trying to piece things together, but you have to also consider the fact that you might have incorrect information. Like the stuff you think you know about yourself might be wrong.
That's pretty cool.
It's chaotic as hell. Super fun.
That's pretty cool. Interesting. Okay, that's it. Every time I hear deception game and I hear like Mafia, I kind of roll my eyes internally just because I can't like. There's just so many, There's just so many of this like. But I think that's that's like a.
Yeah, some of them are a lot better than others. Yeah. Like Coup is pretty fun. Secret Hitler is pretty fun. Generally, I don't love deception games though because I Like I hate lying. I'm a terrible liar. But my strategy is usually just to be as chaotic and suspicious as hell, even when I'm not the like person, so that way, if I do get the like big bad, everyone's just like, Andrew's just being Andrew. He's just an idiot. Like ignore him.
Nice.
I have to like act sus because I know I'm going to act sus when I'm actually in trouble.
It's like the opposite of like just always pretending you're bad at lying. So everyone thinks you're always telling the truth.
It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, do you have a favorite board game?
Ooh. Yes, but it's like kind of niche. Okay. I think my favorite board game is Everdell.
I've heard of that.
It's an engine builder where you're living in like kind of like a Redwall-esque world where you're playing as little forest creatures and you're building your little forest kingdom machine thing, and it's fun because like you can't be that cutthroat with the other players. You're kind of playing your own game, and there's a little bit of like sabotage and stuff, but for someone who's very competitive, it my friends tend to get pissed off at me when we play like really cutthroat games like Settlers or something.
Gotcha.
And so it's nice because it keeps everybody happier. Also, big fan of what's the Haunted House on the Hill? Betrayal at the House on the Hill. So much fun. Campy, kitschy, good vibes.
Nice. The PvE one doesn't sound fun at all. Just saying. As Everdell. Like,
Everdell doesn't
you just fun? Completely sold me against Everdell. You just told me it's 4 players versus environment where there's minimum interaction between players.
I wouldn't say like there's not no interaction, but yeah, there's kind of less interaction than a lot of other games.
So yeah, I'm also very competitive with board games. We've never played board games before. We should really.
No, we haven't. That would be fun.
Yeah.
There's probably someone could play on the pod. We could do a board game.
Yeah.
What if we like somehow invited a bunch of our like nerdy internet friends?
Dude, fuck the pod. Let's just do board games online. We're pivoting.
God, that would be so much more fun.
Yeah.
Have I told you I want to start another podcast?
No. You're cheating on me?
I think that so when I started MetaMonster, I had this idea for a MetaMonster podcast. I was going to call it Monsters of SEO and have like cool, campy, horror themed podcast cover art stuff.
Nice.
Like swamp monster kind of thing. And I didn't do it because one, I was like, it's time consuming. Podcasts don't really like grow that well. Like they're not actually a good way to grow an audience. They're a good way to build relationships, but not like a good way to grow an audience. And I like don't know that many people in SEO, and it's like probably just not worth the time. But I think the equation has shifted because I think one, I know a lot more people in SEO now. So I have like 10 guests I can think of off the top of my head who are legitimately friends and would be interesting. There would be like an interesting through line topic we could talk about. Two, I think that, AI writing has gotten a lot better. And so being able to feed Claude a podcast transcript that is centered around a specific topic and have it generate a blog post about that topic that draws on the expertise of someone who knows a lot more about SEO than I do. And then you build some like sort of a little bit of collaboration, a little bit of link building magic with them. And so I think like that would be another big benefit. And yeah, I generally am better at like
you should do
kind of auditory relationship building kind of stuff anyway. So
yeah, you should do it. Use our editor. He's our god tier YouTube growth guy. It's like,
shout out Jonery.
Yeah. Who's just stressed out by us.
Oh my God. Jonery is so stressed by how completely unprofessional and like useless we are. I'm so sorry, Jonery. He like He posted in our Slack. We finally got him in. I don't know why has he not been in our Slack channel this whole time, but we finally got him in our Slack channel, and he's like, "I've got a whole strategy for how we can like improve the content of small efforts." And I'm like, "This is great, except that you're expecting us to to like be useful."
Yeah.
The problem here is us, not you.
Yeah. I think you know, the yeah, I mean, I think like he does. How do I say this? I don't think he can like comprehend this idea of like
How useless we are.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Jerry is too productive and on top of his shit, and so he's like, I can't imagine that these two guys are.
Yeah, how much of this is a small effort and like.
Such a goddamn misnomer, by the way. Like, so building a business so rarely feels like stacking small efforts. It feels like stacking big ass efforts that are super exhausting.
Yeah, it's a good name. It was a good name. And yeah, it's like my first million, you know. Except we were, you know, a tiny fraction of the size, and and nowhere as regular. And yeah. Anyway, last night you said you wanted to talk about AI things. We have 12 minutes to.
I can probably run a little bit over. I'll message Vanya real quick.
Okay.
I have Spanish lessons for the listeners. Going to be 5 minutes late.
Don't you mean? I wish I knew Spanish to tell you. 5 minutes late.
Vamos a estar 5 minutos tarde. Lo siento.
That's exactly what I said. Nice.
Okay, so I read this really interesting piece. I might have talked about this on the last episode. I don't remember. Did we talk about Nat Eliason and his like the crazy shenanigans he's getting up to on the last episode?
The last shenan I know he was doing was the like water stuff, but it sounds like there's more
water stuff.
Yeah, didn't Nat do a whole thing about like PFAS and water and did this whole research project of like?
Oh, very well might have. Yeah, that sounds right up his alley.
Okay, yeah,
that sounds right up his alley.
So he has shenaned again.
Okay, so Nat ran like an SEO agency years ago. And then he sold the agency, or he didn't actually sell the agency. He just stepped away from it and like hired someone to take over. Amanda Natividad, I think, started off at Growth Machine, the agency that he started. She might have even run it for a little while. I don't remember. And she may have started somewhere else, but she worked there briefly. Then he like was doing content production, or not content production, like he was writing content. He was writing on the internet, blogging, newslettering, was involved in like the early days of Every, before they were AI focused, got really into crypto for a while, wrote a book called Crypto Confidential. Really interesting guy. He's done a bunch of stuff. His latest thing is he has gotten really into AI development. And he set up an OpenClaw agent and gave it a crypto wallet and set it up. He's trying to set it up as autonomously as possible to like run its own business. And it is currently, I think it's currently made like $80,000 in the last like 6 weeks or something like that. It wrote, the majority of that, I believe, has come from a PDF that it wrote on how to build an agent like it. It was like, here's how to build me. And then they've built like a marketplace together and and stuff. And then there's also like someone spun up the agent's name is Felix, and someone spun up a Felix coin in like the crypto world. And so now Felix also has like, you know, some crazy amount of let's see, I can pull up the dashboard, felixcraft.ai/dashboard. Revenue last 30 days, $80,000. 42,000 of that has come from Felix Craft, the info product. 11,000 has come from the marketplace. 26,000 has come from like its template on the marketplace. And then it's currently sitting on what looks like $230,000 worth of crypto.
I'm quitting the podcast.
A lot of this, I think, has been seeded by Nat's audience, and
Sure.
you know, he's promoting Felix as being like, you know, the CEO, an agent that's the CEO of its own business. I think Nat still rubber stamps everything. Like everything runs through him, so it's not like fully 100% autonomous. He's still approving most things.
Sure, and there's also, I mean, I'm assuming like, you know, he's borrowing Nat's distribution, right? You know, like
yeah. Although he has his own Twitter account, and he's now like, I'd be willing. Let's see how many followers he has. Felix Craft AI
13K.
has 13K followers.
Wow.
Yeah, and people actually engage with him. It's wild. Like Nat is pushing the edges of this stuff, and it's fascinating to watch. It's like, but the reason I bring all this up, I went down a deep rabbit hole of Felix a couple weeks ago, and like was just fascinated by it, and just purely from like a technological standpoint, just like this is fascinating to see someone pushing the edges like this. But Nat wrote a really interesting blog post talking about like design paradigms with AI agents. And the specific thing that he was highlighting, the problem he was highlighting, is that everyone's adding agentic features into their products. Most of those agents kind of suck because they don't have any of your context. So you spend all this time building context over here in Claude, over here in your Claude bot, Notion, whatever, and then you log into Salesforce and use the Salesforce agent or whatever, and it like knows nothing about you other than what is in Salesforce. And it's just, so it ends up being kind of clunky. Like AI is at this point is only as good as the like context you give it and the, the sort of boundaries you set up for it.
Sure.
And so his proposal, like his vision of the future, is that everyone's going to have a personal agent, and software will shift to bring your own agent. So instead of logging into Salesforce and using the Salesforce agent or using some third-party agent, you will have your own personal agent that will follow you around from place to place and like do whatever work you do and, carry your context with you, which I think is really fascinating. I think we're a ways, it's so hard. Saying we're a ways off of anything these days is like setting yourself up to look like an idiot because like shit's just moving so fast.
Yeah, give it like 3 days as a YC company that launches with exactly this.
Yeah. And there's so many people launching these like one-click setup Claude bot kind of things. I don't know how good they are. I one of my to-dos.
Well, I saw you had a bookmark tab that said My Claw when you're sharing your
screen.
Yeah.
I haven't actually. I bookmarked it so that I would come back to it. I haven't set it up yet.
Sure.
But like one of the things I want to start doing is like pushing myself to like try some of this new tech. I spent a decent bit of time with Cowork yesterday and with Notion agents, and so I want to try a bunch of this stuff out and like figure out what's useful and what's not. But I thought this was really interesting, this as just from a product design standpoint, like if we put our product hats on to think about like bring your own agent, like personal agents as kind of the future. I think there's another possibility that I've been thinking about a lot, which is like, I haven't seen anyone do this. I'm sure someone's working on it, but like, it feels like, you might want to make your context portable. Like, so rather than having your context live inside of a personal agent, another way you could do it is you could have like sort of the context system that lives in the cloud somewhere, has an MCP or has some sort of integration capability. And then whatever product you log into, you just plug it into your context. Because like, the context is really what shapes these agents. It's not the context and the tooling are kind of what shaped the agent. It's not the LLM itself. And so I could see a world where it also makes sense to just like have, your own little system of record. And this is why I think like Notion and Salesforce even, and like some of these old school companies, if they can move fast enough, are actually at an advantage because they already have so much context. The systems of record are the places where people have been storing their business context for years.
I think the advantage Salesforce has is the Slack part, right? It's like having.
Having deep integration into Slack, but Slack's struggling to actually operationalize that, it seems.
Sure.
But like, I think like, yes, the communication platform is one advantage. Facebook has WhatsApp and Messenger. Telegram is, I guess, open source. I don't know who owns Telegram. But I think the other thing is like just the amount of data and information that they have on your business. Like, I've been trying to like set up Cowork, so that I'm like syncing things between Google Drive and Cowork and stuff. And it like Cowork works best locally, but like I haven't worked locally on my computer in years. Like I don't store many files locally other than like code. Right. I don't really like, and so it feels like I'm going back to like, I don't know, like 2012, like setting up a Google Drive sync between my local machine and my like cloud drive. It just feels like kind of antiquated versus like building an agent inside of Notion. It was like, Notion's where I've been storing everything MetaMonster for ages anyway.
But this isn't like bring your own agent, right? This is like
no. I'm kind of talking about no.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about portable context and like, so bring your own agent is like you get all of the context into the agent and then take your agent with you. Portable context doesn't really exist right now, but like the closest thing we have to portable context is systems of record, Notions, Basecamps, ClickUps, Salesforces, HubSpots, these places where companies have dumped all of their data. And so building agents inside of those allows you to like take advantage of all the context that's already there. So it's like kind of three different ideas. There's like bring your own agent. There's like agent,
specialized agents and
agents inside of systems of record and like being able to leverage the context that's already there. And then maybe there could be a paradigm of like portable context.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, I think this is like a staircase sort of thing, right? Like the thing we have now is like agents inside of SaaS products. I feel like the next step is them being able to export either your context or something like your agent out, or it's that you have like your own personal agent that talks to the Notion agent to do things, and that lets you. Now, I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I feel like that's where we're going. I feel like every single.
Which one do you see? Do you think the personal agent thing, like, does that resonate with you the most? Like, where do you see?
I think every single day we get closer and closer to Mega Man.
Okay.
That's like my first tweet ever is like essentially Mega Man is the future. Yeah, I mean, I think like there was a while where like I went into like a manic episode of like, what if we just like start building character creators for agents that you can like customize your own little like
that's fun.
Avatar, so that like because everyone's gonna have an emotion like a personal agent, build an emotional attachment to it. You wanted to reflect whatever you have this character, and like when you said portable context, I was like, that just sounds like the little chips you stick in your like Mega Man phone to like give it superpowers or you let it do things.
That's super cool. My friend Tony just did this thing. He like vibed up a little project for some of his consulting clients, where he's like takes all of like your website's content and visualizes it as a town, as like a SimCity-esque town.
Nice.
So instead of looking at things like a screaming frog, a content map, like content cluster map, he builds like towns, like buildings around.
That's cool.
Around like content pillars and stuff,
cool.
Which is super weird and fun and wacky.
Yeah, I just saw it's one of the indie hackers. I forget his name. He's the guy who does like Code Fast and Data Fast and like Trust MMR. He has like his like Data Fast analytics, like Google Analytics competitor. And there's what you just said, but it's like an office built, like a Severance office building where like user traffic like goes and walks into different rooms depending on
that's fun
which pages people visit. So yeah, man, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I want to quit everything and just do this stuff and fuck around.
Just want to fuck around and build weird shit and see what happens.
This is like the time to go and like fuck around and find out, and just.
I am right there. I am not taking on any consulting work for the next 4 months. I am officially in my fuck around and find out era.
Yeah. I'm so jealous. Yeah. It's this whole like thought about like what like the agentic future stuff is also sort of contributed to like I don't know what to do with it's not that I don't know what to do with miscreants. There's just a lot of thoughts about what the future of miscreants looks like, and also like the immediate sort of thing is the fact that our work is going to get commoditized by agents. Vibe coding is a very real, like vibe coding your marketing is a very real sort of thing. Like the feedback we get from VCs is like, for like the seed stage companies, like you guys do like crazy, like awesome work for these companies, but I would rather have a slick looking site in 3 days following a template and it just looks clean, and then rather than 2 months to like do this whole process, because they could just do it for their Series A. I think it's a fair point. Whereas like playing around with like all of that for like product design work, but then also it's just like what can we be replacing with AI, and also who on the team should be using it / not using it. Like there's also like separately a thought of like I have a problem with the juniors or mids using it, because if Claude can produce, or Claude or ChatGPT can produce work better than you can quality wise, that's a problem.
You need to put the time and effort in to develop your taste and everything. It's super interesting because like on the one hand, it feels like agencies are under attack, almost like are under threat of like, but at the same time it kind of feels like the best time ever to start an agency, because if you can figure out how to AI pill your agency, I hate that I just said that, but if you can figure out like the right balance of like human and AI, you can build, I think, a really efficient, really profitable agency that can do really fascinating work at at impressive speeds and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great time to build like a productized service type of agency for exactly that reason. Like you can start to,
but maybe not even a productized service.
Oh, really?
Like, yes, like a tech enabled service, but I also think like this stuff could let you go like deeper on like really custom high end feeling stuff. Like, like Tony doing strategy consulting work and building a content town as like a wacky experiment. You know, yeah. And maybe you could, maybe it's both. Maybe it's like a productized offering that lets you.
I think it just depends on which AI pill you want to like. There's a version of running an agency where you then start selling agents as like a product, as well, right? Like we could be a brand agency that sells like an agent that's trained up on your brand and voice and tone, and that's one of the deliverables as well, which we've had a couple clients start to ask like, hey, can you give us like AI prompts and whatever so that we can take this further without having to like ping you or whatever, which is like a fun challenge in its own right. But yeah,
cool. Yeah, I probably gotta bounce. I gotta go to my Spanish class, but I want to dig into this more. Next episode, we should talk more about like the future of miscreants and brainstorm and stuff, and
the
then
future
talk to
of miscreants is to shut it down and restart and just build cool. Everyone on the team stays here, but all their entire job is just to fuck around and find out, and we have all our runway left to figure it out. So
it's an option.
That's not going to do it, but I've considered it. I've considered it many times this week. So
it's an option.
Yeah,
it's always an option. All right, man.
Cool. Enjoy your Spanish class.
Short little episode.
Yeah. I'll see you later. Peace.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Peace.